Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Harshit Karthik channel. And today we're going to be doing our official 2020 mock draft. There are many amazing players in this draft, and the lottery was just very recently announced. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys all like and subscribe, and yeah, enjoy the video. So starting off, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves taking Anthony Edwards out of Georgia. The Timberwolves they just won the lottery, and I think Anthony Edwards would be a great fit. They have players like D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns, so a wing player would be a perfect fit for them. Anthony Edwards, we've seen that he can score very efficiently and well. He may need to work on his defense a bit, but overall he's an amazing talent, and I think he's a clear a pick that the Timberwolves should take here. So with the number one pick, I got the Timberwolves taking Anthony Edwards. Next, I got the Golden State Warriors taking James Wiseman out of Memphis. James Wiseman is an amazing prospect at the center position and has a lot of potential in the NBA. He hadn't played too much in college due to his scandal, but at the same time, he's an amazing prospect who looks to have an amazing career in the NBA. The Warriors are set from like the point guard to the power forward, so taking a center would be the smart move. And James Wiseman, I think, would be a nice fit in the system. They could trade this pick, but at the same time, I think they may want to go with the young guy in Wiseman. So with the number two pick, I think that the Warriors will select James Wiseman. Next up, we got the Charlotte Hornets, and I think there's many possibilities that you can take here. Like I think we can all agree that Anthony Edwards and James Wiseman could fall to one and two, but there's multiple possibilities with this third pick. You have players like Lamelo Ball and Onyeka Okongwu, if I'm pronouncing his name correct. But I think that the Hornets here should take Lamelo Ball. Ball, he showed that he's an exceptional talent, and he was very popular before just because he is LeVar Ball's son and Lonzo's brother. But I think this would be a good fit for him because he's under the radar, so called like Hornets, and they're not really a popular team by any means. And I think it would be a nice fit for them if they got a guy like Lamelo Ball. Also, they need a nice point guard, so I think Lamelo, I think he's the best prospect available at three. So I think that the Charlotte Hornets take Lamelo Ball here. So next up, we got the Chicago Bulls, and the Bulls they moved up in the lottery, which is great. They have some very good players such as Zach LaVine, Laurie Markkinen, and Kobe White can break out. This team is very solid and has lots of potential. So, but I think with this fourth pick, they should draft Obi Toppin. He is a great defender in the power forward position, and their power forward is still a little rusty. Laurie Markkinen, he kind of had a down year, and who knows, he could be a guy like off the bench if anything, but still it's kind of risky. So I think that if they're gonna take anybody, it's going to be Obi Toppin. So I got the Bulls, Chicago Bulls taking Obi Toppin. Now the Cavs have the fifth pick, and with this pick, I think a good selection here would be Denny Ajavida, if I'm pronouncing his name correct. He is a great player and he comes from Israel. And because there are so many of these foreign players coming out of places like Greece and Slovenia, like what we saw with Giannis and Luka, these type of players could be hit or miss. But that's what Cleveland really needs. They need like a generational type talent that can take them into the future. Like other players like that are still on the board, they could just be very solid players overall, but they need a generational talent that could either be the next Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I think that the Cavs, does a nice pick here would be this guy from Israel, Denny Ajavida. So now time for the Hawks, who have the sixth pick in the 2020 NBA draft. And there are a few guards and a few players that you can take, Onyeka Okongwu, but I think that the great pick here would be Isaac Okoro out of Auburn. Isaac Okoro, he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the class, which really helps alongside the offensive scoring ability of Trae Young, forming a really good backcourt. You have one amazing offensive player, one amazing defensive player. It really they both complement each other very well. And I think Isaac Okoro, he's a great fit for this Atlanta Hawks team that are rebuilding. They're starting to gain up and they're starting to look pretty good. But I think that the Hawks here should take Isaac Okoro out of Auburn. Next, the Detroit Pistons are on the clock at 7, and I think they have a few players that they can take with this selection. They're a team that's in a very bad situation right now, like no real good talent at all, and they need to they need to do a complete restart. And I think a great player to join them in this new restart would be Tyrese Halliburton. He's a great point guard. There's a few point guards that they can choose: Cole Anthony, Tyrese Maxey, a few other players, but I think they should take Halliburton here. He looks to have lots of potential. Maybe the best, maybe a very one of the best point guards out of those three that I just mentioned. So I think that the Detroit Pistons here take Tyrese Halliburton. Now time for the New York Knicks. And the Knicks, they fell a lot during the draft lottery. I feel sad for all those Knicks fans. They were really excited about getting 1, 2, 3, but instead fell all the way down to 8. But I think they can still get a decent player in this 8th position. It may not be a guy like LaMelo Ball, James Wiseman, or Anthony Edwards, but it's a very good center by the name of Onyeka Okongwu is still on the board, and I think that the Knicks should take him here. He can pair well alongside Julius Randle, and the Knicks, they just need a very good playmaker in the a very good playmaker, a very good talent, a guy who can maybe average around 20 points a game. And the Onyeka Okongwu seems like a player that can easily do that. He's one of the best available talents here, and I think that the Knicks should be smart. They shouldn't try to go deep into the draft and find a gem, but I think that they should take Onyeka Okongwu with this pick. Now it's Washington's turn with the 9th pick, and there's many options that you can do here. They can try to go with one of the point guards still available: Cole Anthony, Tyrese Maxey. There's a few other players that you can select here, but I think that they try to go a little deeper and try to find what they really need here, and that is a very good defender and a pretty decent scorer. And one player that I can think of that can easily do that is by the name of Devin Masel. He's kind of deep into the draft board. He's not really close to 9, 10. I think he's around like 17, 18. But at the same time, he could have lots of potential in the NBA, and he could be a nice fit for the Wizards. And that's what they really need: a guy that can fit well for them and can make plays for them. So I think that the Wizards here will take Devin Vassell. Now time for the Phoenix Suns, and the Suns, they did amazing in the NBA bubble, going 8-0, but sadly they could not make the playoffs. But still, they all have a very good roster. They maybe want to just get a point guard here, just because Ricky Rubio is not a long-term option, and that's exactly what I think they will do by drafting Cole Anthony. He's a very good defender, which they can complement alongside Devin Booker, and also he can score the ball pretty well, do the pick and roll with DeAndre Ayton, and many more things. So I think that a great pick here for the Phoenix Suns will be Cole Anthony from UNC. So now for the final 4 picks of the lottery, I don't think I'll go too depth for these guys. I'm just going to say their names and what team they're going to. So I got the Spurs at 11 taking Aaron Nesmith. I got the Kings at 12 taking Jaden McDaniels. I got the Pelicans at 13. Yeah, at 13 taking Precious Achua, and I got the Celtics taking Patrick Williams. So that will be it for this video. We covered the whole lottery mock draft. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you disagree or agree with my predictions, just comment it down below. I will read all the comments. Also, it would mean a lot to me if you guys like this video. I spent a lot of time working on this, and it would mean a lot to me if you guys like. Thanks for 50 subscribers. Also, make sure you guys subscribe so you can get to 100 as soon as possible. So, I like and subscribe, and yeah, I guess we'll see you guys later.